there's a gentleman, his name is Vlad. And Vlad, since probably about 2018, and we're now in 2024, has been having individuals on his platform where he wants to speak about me as a piece of shit, I'm a bitch, I'm all kinds of names that he used in reference to me. Now, this is typically the time that I'm supposed to come back with my chest poked out and I'm going to clap back. But I want us to understand that there's a different way in which to approach certain situations, because I don't take it personally that he said what it is that he said.
See, my daddy has a way of saying, you know what, mama? This ain't personal. Well,
Yo, I got a problem with the whole my daddy stuff. It just sounds strange. I understand it, but it just sounds strange. But let's go. Everybody hit the like button. Let's go.
when you keep hearing your husband being attacked and you know it's not true, and you hear people deal with us with their opinions, but they don't deal with us in facts. We deal with people in facts because our opinion doesn't matter. It's the facts that will always stand, because facts are facts. Your opinion is just that. And you know what they say about an opinion? It's like an asshole. Everybody has one. So
What did Vlad say about Monique and the guy? I don't know his name. Does anybody know? Have you ever heard of DJ Vlad trashing Monique? I don't look at DJ Vlad, so I don't know. But yeah, share your thoughts in the comments if you know anything about it. Like, because I'm just a little confused. Why was my daddy? Is she talking about her father? Just got here. What's up, Tina? No, she's talking about her husband. Now, I do say that it's important for a woman to father your wife. So I understand it, but it just sounds weird, because it just sounds weird. How she says it sounds strange. So I don't know.
I don't take any of it personal.
But drop your city in the chat so I can shout you out. Drop your city in the chat. I want to see who's in here.
Anymore. Thank you, Daddy. Okay, because you know there was a time you had to talk me down.
Yep.
But what I will say is I take it personal when it keeps attacking our community. That's when it's personal for me. And it's personal for me that this person is
She's talking about DJ Vlad, just for the record.
allowed to have a platform that oftentimes we're not speaking the best of one another. And we keep signing up for it. So you want to start this now, baby?
In addition to the truth, we in our community have to consider, stop worrying about who the truth is told about and just accept the truth. Because we've been taught that based upon who that person is, you don't go against them because of what they can do to you. And what you don't understand, some of us, is that what we don't understand, some of us, is that if you don't stand up against them, you don't know what they're going to continue to do to you. You don't know the boundaries of us emboldening them to do whatever they want to do to us.
So what I want to do here, I'm just pausing it for a second, shout y'all out. Shout out to Stockbridge, Georgia, Washington, D.C., Atlantic City, South Carolina. And I have not watched this, right? Shout out to Oklahoma City. I wanted to just look at this from an objective standpoint with y'all, and we'll just, talk about it. Yeah, because I don't like what Monique, I don't like who Monique is as a person. She does all this, hi babies, and all this stupid mess, right? Like somebody's stupid. But when she goes on stage and, her son, he has admitted that he has a mental illness. I don't know what it was, but he's admitted that he had a mental illness, right? And he did not disrespect his mother when he talked about her on Twitter, not Twitter, on TikTok. But this woman goes on stage in front of Cat Williams' audience, and then literally says, "F that mother effer," saying that about her own son, right? So I made a show. I did a video about how or when, um, um, damn, who called their daughter a bitch? Uh, Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb called his daughter a bitch. I'm like, bro, what is you doing? You know, I had a problem with that, and I had the same problem with this woman calling her son, a bunch of names. So you can't come on here calling us your babies and be like, yeah, babies, and acting like a victim when your own son either wants you, needs you, or wants an apology from you, and you won't give that to your own kid, and then you go on stage, fuck that motherfucker. Like, you're trash, ma'am. But with all that being said, I'm going to listen to this with an objective ear and try to put my feelings to the side. I always support her advocating for better pay for Black entertainers, but I'm so over Monique. Yeah, Monique she's trash. So shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm going to watch this with an objective eye, even though I think Monique is a piece of shit.
To me, that starts off with a story about Adam and Eve, but that's a different.
And y'all already know, make sure to hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Y'all aren't hitting the like button, and I know y'all just came in, but please hit the like button, share this video, and let's go.
Road that we got to go down one day. But as it relates to Vlad, I'm talking directly to you, my Caucasian brother from another mother.
What's up, Kat?
You've continuously made statements about us trying to extort you for the interview, when in actuality, the only thing we were looking to do was make sure that you did not own Monique's image in all perpetuity. We had an interview set up with you that we confirmed on May 7th, 2018, that was scheduled for the 11th of that same week, which is 4 to 5 days away, depending upon how you look at it. You did not give us the release form until right before we were about to do the interview with you, when we had several days in advance to get that information. I was taught, and we were taught, that you never sign any documentation until you're able to read that and you have somebody read it over who you trust.
Okay, so right here, he actually makes a great point. When you go on a huge platform, and this is for everybody as a content creator, and if somebody has a podcast or whatever, you have to sign a release form for them to be able to use your likeness and, release the video. Somebody like DJ Vlad, as an example, they have to have your permission to use your likeness to be able to, post different content. And with somebody like DJ Vlad, you can't just go on the show because he's white and he may be a racist or whatever. Because DJ Vlad has the propensity, if he doesn't like you, he'll interview you, get you locked up, and then talk bad about you after he got you locked up. Because, I don't know much about DJ Vlad, but he'll shit on you right after he interviews you, right? So when it comes to you signing a release form, you kind of got to read the release form before you just go on there. So according to them, they're saying this right before they sat down, he wanted them to sign a release form. Never sign a release form to be on somebody's show or podcast, especially something as big as DJ Vlad, before signing it, because that's not necessarily a good thing. Because he's one of them folks, he'll paint you in a bad light on purpose after he just interviewed you.
Keep portraying it as if when we told you we couldn't sign it right then, you said, well, we allowed them, or I allowed them to still do the interview. If you remember, You had your guy reach out for Monique, not us reaching out to be on your platform. So you were not doing us any favor in reference to allowing the interview to continue. You were trying to work it out for yourself. And when we had our attorney look at it, essentially, when we saw the language that you would own it in all perpetuity, which means once you sell your catalog, it was explained to us and we understood it as there was a possibility that whoever you sold that interview to, along with your others, that you owned in all perpetuity, they could cut it up and use it in any way in which they saw fit.
Okay, so this is kind of like what I was saying. What if DJ Vlad interviews you, right? And say Joe Button hates Monique, right? Just as an example, right? Say DJ Vlad doesn't shit on you, but you sign a release form and it says, I have ownership in all perpetuity of what this interview entails, right? Which means that I can take this interview and I can sell it to somebody else, because when you got a huge platform, you can't just take the whole interview and just put it on your show, right? You can't do that. You'll get copyright struck. Or you can't put it on your you can't put it on your Patreon or whatever, right? So say Joe Button or whoever hates Monique and finds out that they just did an interview with Vlad. And when you do an interview with somebody, it doesn't go right out. It might take a week or 2 weeks to come out, right? Like, for example, Joe Button did an interview with Candace Owens. It ain't out yet, right? So say somebody hates Candace Owens. Let's just say DJ Vlad hates Candace Owens, just as an example. And say Candace Owens signed a release form saying that we own the rights to this interview in all perpetuity. And say DJ Vlad says, yo, I'll pay you, I don't know, $20,000 for that interview. Don't even do it. Give it to me. And say he says, okay, because I did it for free. Go for it. Now he gets $20,000 for the interview. He tells Candace Owens, hey, I sold your interview to DJ Vlad, and she can't do anything about it. And then so instead of Joe Button posting it or talking about it, because Joe Button would do an interview and don't even put it out. He did an interview with Tasha K, never put it out, right? So next thing you know, say DJ Vlad hates Candace Owens. Now DJ Vlad has the interview and he literally edits the interview where Candace Owens looks stupid, right? Because sometimes you can edit an interview and take certain things out. So say she says, oh, I should have said that. Don't telling it, don't post that, right? But if he sells the interview, all the raw footage is now in somebody else's hands that doesn't like you. So that's what can actually happen with the perpetuity clause in this contract that they're talking about. So I'm backing up just a little bit. So what he's saying is making sense.
All perpetuity, which means once you sell your catalog.
And can y'all please hit the like button? I'm asking y'all kindly, and I'm trying to not even pause this at all. So this is going to be the less paused footage that y'all are probably ever going to see, because I don't even know what the hell they about to say. So I'm going to pause if y'all don't hit the like button though. So hit the like button and I'll not pause it.
It was explained to us and we understood it as there was a possibility that whoever you sold that interview to, along with your others, that you owned in all perpetuity, they could cut it up and use it in any way in which they saw fit.
Right.
Which means we have no control over it. So what's standard in the entertainment industry, when you go on different platforms, they give you a licensing agreement and they ask for X amount of time in which to use this.
So licensing means you can use this for a certain amount of time, and there are specific parameters for you to be able to use it, because I'm licensing my likeness out to you for a certain amount of time versus perpetuity, which means forever.
And you either approve it or you don't. In your situation, we would have approved it. However, what happened was, once we looked into, or initially were looking to give you the licensing agreement, and you rejected it because you were like, you own it, and what you did, and we were trying to have control over Monique's image, we had a chance to look at you and the interviews you had done because we didn't know you. We're going to jump into the conversation or the email that you last sent to me on April 2nd of 2022 that is different.
Hey, Renee.
From how you've been talking about me recently. Might as well jump into it, love.
You know what, Daddy? Before we jump into it, I just want to explain something to the babies.
Do it.
When you get to a place called Hollywood, there's no one-on-one. There's no, let me walk you through it. Let me explain to you what's happening. So that word in all perpetuity, I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea what that meant. So I'm sure there were times in my career that I've signed release forms not understanding what I was signing. It's just a release form. Till you understand when you sign that in all perpetuity, that means
He's talking about what they are talking about. DJ Vlad. They did a DJ Vlad interview, and apparently it never came out because they did not sign a release form, I guess.
they own you. So I want to make sure you babies understand that's getting ready to be new to this business, new to the game. When they put something in front of you and say, sign this, if you did not go to school to read contracts or release forms or whatever, that's not what we do. So put it in the hands of somebody that would know what an all perpetuity means. So let me read this, okay? This is from you, Vlad, and we got to talk directly to you because you seem to have a lot to say, but we want to let the community know what you sent to us. Sydney. In the spirit of Monique working things out with Lee Daniels, I would like to extend my hand and work things out with you as well. I apologize for what I said about you. I felt frustrated that other YouTube channels that did interviews with her were allowed to show the interview on their YouTube channels, whereas I was only allowed to have it up for a limited time. But regardless of my personal feelings, this was your business decision, and the way I reacted was unprofessional and immature. I would like to offer her $5,000 for the interview if both of you sign a release form that allows us to keep the interview on our channel like every other channel does. Then he put Sway, Comedy Hype, Breakfast Club, etc.
To which she's never signed a release form for them.
Never. If that number doesn't work for you, I'm open to negotiating. I still feel that this is a very important interview with an Oscar winner that discusses both her professional and personal life, especially at a time when the Oscars are being discussed. Even if you choose not to accept this, I still take responsibility for my actions and hope that we can get past this and work in the future. Congratulations on your family's continued success.
I don't know. That sounds like a setup. Do y'all think that sounds like a setup? Do you think DJ Vlad is going to pay her $5,000 to release an interview that she already did with him? Like, I don't think Monique is going to get a lot of views from anybody. Nobody cares about no damn Monique. So unless it's some type of setup where he was going to turn around and paint her in a bad light or expose her or either sell the video to somebody else or to edit it in a wrong way, because Monique don't get nobody no views. So, but what do y'all think? Do y'all think that sounded like a setup, or he was going to pay her $5,000, not pay $5,000 for the interview? Because I heard DJ Vlad pays the typical person $10,000 for them to be interviewed in the first place. So I think this may be $5,000 on top of the original whatever $1,000 that they paid them to do the interview. But do y'all think that's a setup? It sounds like a setup to me.
Now, that was the email that Vlad sent to us when he saw Lee Daniels do the public apology. Now, you want to read the response?
I will. And just keep in mind, the reason why we're reading this is because the energy that he's giving now has gone back to, I'm a piece of shit, I'm this, I'm that, and all of that. My response to Vlad was, hello, Vlad. First, thank you for the apology. However, if your expression of regret is being made in the spirit of Lee Daniels apologizing to Monique, then remember he did it publicly. That's the same place that you ironically stated the less than flattering things that you did about me. So obviously, in being in alignment with what is right, wouldn't the best place to apologize be publicly? As a man, please know I took no offense to your name calling, as it didn't make any sense that you would have disdain for me listening to our attorney as you listened to your attorney, and I didn't begrudge you. What does hurt my heart, though, is that our community doesn't see that there are no black people who constantly bring white people on their platform to speak negatively about other white people, like you do as a white male interviewer with black people.
Come on.
Your offer of $5,000 means that you missed the point with us, my friend. You see, we are principled individuals that are not moved.
Wait. If that's what you think of Vlad, why did you go on to do the interview in the first place? Don't start trashing a man. Don't both groups be trashing each other if you both agreed to sit down and do an interview. So I'm talking about DJ Vlad trashing them if he's asking them to do an interview. That's stupid. And then don't be trashing DJ Vlad if you agreed to work with the man. Because if you don't like the person, why are you talking mess about a person that you don't like, but you turn around and did an interview with?
By money. If spiritually, it doesn't make sense. When Monique says no to a major streaming company's offer of $500K for an hour of work, or no to Tyler Perry, who offered Monique money as his way of saying he was sorry for whatever hurt and pain he caused Monique, but she declined in exchange for a public apology that cost nothing, then why ever would she/we say yes to an interview for $5,000 or more with you? My purpose for stating the aforementioned is twofold. One is to say that no amount of money would allow us to do a show with you as long as you are a part of hurting our community by constantly perpetuating beef.
Didn't they say they did the interview, but he only was able to keep the interview up for a short amount of time? They did the interview, but he's hurting the community, but you still doing the damn interview to people. Am I wrong? Because I'm just hearing this now. Am I crazy?
The second is, as a white man who dips into the black culture, it begs the question, why not?
Oh my God, why are you doing an interview with a white man that dips in the black culture, sir? I don't understand.
Use your voice and intelligence for the good of the people and speak truth versus trash, even if it may mean going against the powerful. You're a smart cat. Why not use your brains to be a bridge builder as opposed to being a divider of black men and black women? For the benefit of yourself and your family, please remember the universal law of return. What you put out is what you get back in return, and don't you and yours deserve the best instead of setting yourself up for beef? To that end, if you're going to apologize, do it the right way, publicly. Not for me, because I forgive you, but for yourself, being that you and yours deserve the best karmically. And now you see why they say I am so difficult to deal with. Because speaking with people directly without being emotional, disrespectful, or argumentative can be challenging to deal with, especially when it's coming from a black man.
Come on.
All the best to you and yours. Sincerely, Sydney Hicks.
Now, when y'all hear that, and that person has these emails because they went back and forth. When y'all hear that, and then y'all still say, but why? Why talk about it? Let me tell y'all something. And for the babies that's in here right now saying, why? Then get out of here. You know why? Because constantly our community gets beat up and beat down. Constantly. And we're okay with that. We're okay to stand on the sidelines and say, since.
But you are okay with it because you went on his platform to do the interview. The interview apparently came out. He just is mad that for whatever reason, he had to take it down after 2 weeks or something. I didn't see the damn interview because I don't care. But what are you talking about?
It ain't happening to me. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. And we're gonna keep speaking, and we're gonna keep speaking loudly, and we're gonna keep speaking up. So hopefully the next ones that come won't have to deal with this BS. Won't have to go through this. Hopefully when Vlad hears these emails.
That, by the way, he gave no response to.
When he hears that, when you hear this, Vlad, maybe the next guest you have on your platform, you won't be so readily going after our black community. You won't be so readily, well, what about this and what about that? And what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And to our people, how many times have we seen white people on Vlad? And I'm not saying there's never been any. I'm not saying that. But how many times have we seen white people on Vlad and Vlad is going against and asking what they think about other white people? Why do we keep taking the bait?
Or how many times have we?
But y'all took the bait. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy. They took the bait. Either you like somebody or you don't like somebody. It's really that simple. You took the bait because you went on the platform. Y'all are just having perpetuity and contract issues. You, I, I, I don't understand.
We've seen black people bringing white people on that
All this black people, white people stuff, but you went on a man's platform.
platform to consistently go against one another. It doesn't happen. So when our brother Damon Dash speaks about culture vultures, in our opinion, this is the epitome.
But you go on the platform though. You why are you going on a platform if it's so much of a problem, sir?
Of that vulture to our culture.
Do you see how these two little people or big people, whatever, they spend a lot of energy victimizing themselves? It's like I could imagine one of them taking a shit and the toilet stops up. They'll go do a video about it and diss the toilet. And it'll be both of them together. Yeah, daddy, tell them about what the toilet did to you, daddy. Like, I would hate for their toilet to get stopped up because they're going to do a video about it hand in hand and they're going to diss the damn toilet. Tell them, daddy, about what the toilet did to you. The shit is crazy.
And to my baby, Michael Blackston, I want to say to you.
And the toilet is white. So you know they're going to say, as a black woman, how dare a white toilet stop up? I bet if it was a black toilet, it wouldn't have stopped up. Tell them, daddy. These niggas is crazy.
Brother, thanks for not taking the bait, because we saw him trying to bait you in, and what you said was, which made us look at each other, when you said, so why'd you give me the release form to sign right now as I sat down?
Right.
So you caught it. You caught that in that moment as he was trying to speak ill of your brother and sister.
Nothing but love and respect to you, brother Michael Blackston. In addition to, there's a black man named Godfrey out there.
Come on, daddy.
We called him up because, you know, that's how we do. We call people up together. The same thing you see right here in front of you is what we do behind closed doors. And we called him up because of the interview that he did with Vlad. Mm-hmm. And this brother epitomized what manhood is about. Not only did he take accountability and say, you know what, I was wrong, Monique. I've always known you to be solid. And I took that man's side. And I really only did it for likes and follows. And that's on me. But then he went on his platform.
Yes.
And he made a public apology. That's how easy it is when you take accountability.
Yes.
After you've heard the truth. So that's the part of it, taking accountability. So when we see individuals such as Tyler Perry, such as Oprah Winfrey, why would billionaires, especially Tyler, who called Monique difficult to work with, who helped perpetuate this rumor that helped her to get blackballed? You heard Lee Daniels on talking with Don Lemon in reference to it. We know it's true. Our brother Steve Harvey, he said she done burned too many bridges. I can't help anymore. But no one's been able to point specifically to the bridge that she's burned other than what she did here with Vlad, and it's saying no. And for a black woman and black women out there, they get.
I'm just so tired of this black woman stuff. I'm a black woman. Okay, you're a black woman. Okay, now what? Golly, what's up, the faith factor? It's just I'm trying to be objective, and they were making some good points about contract issues and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of dope. I agree. But here they go again with this black woman shit. She's a black woman. Like, shut up. Go do business with people and stop putting this black woman shit in everybody's face. That's why nobody don't want to work with y'all asses.
That's like you.
The second you get done working with somebody, I'm a black woman. Shut up.
All the time. They want to constantly tell you how unimportant you are. Meanwhile, they need you. They need you. So don't give in. Don't be gaslit. Because for Monique to be so irrelevant and unimportant, this man has been talking about that interview for 6 years. because of how relevant she actually is.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. And it just took me there.
6 years? He just said 6 years. This is the problem with these two idiots. They're complaining about something that happened 6 years ago. What? I need to find out what was 6 years ago. The Oprah stuff or the Vlad stuff?
Anymore, but no one's been able to point specifically to the bridge that she's burned other than what she did here with Vlad, and it's saying no.
She said what she did here with Vlad. So she's not talking about the Oprah Tyler Perry stuff. She's talking about DJ Vlad 6 years.
And for a black woman and black women out there, they gaslight you all the time. They want to constantly tell you how unimportant you are. Meanwhile, they need you. They need you. So don't give in. Don't be gaslit. Because for Monique to be so irrelevant and unimportant, this man has been talking about.
This man. So he's talking about DJ Vlad, because I just want to make sure he's talking about DJ Vlad, not Tyler Perry, not Oprah Winfrey, you know, all that stupid mess there. He's talking about DJ Vlad.
That interview for 6 years.
That interview for 6 years. These idiots are sitting here whining about an interview with DJ Vlad that transpired 6 years ago. What is wrong with these two people? Like for the last month, well, for the last 5 years, she's been whining about Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey about something that happened 13 years ago. Yo, these two people are literally idiots.
Because of how relevant she actually is.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. And it just took me there. You know why I'm gonna keep fighting? And you know why I'm gonna keep talking? I read Hattie McDaniel's story. I read Earth the Kid story. I read Ethel Water's story. I made it my business.
Here comes the I bet she's gonna say, as a black woman, I bet she's gonna say something about as a black woman. Watch this. I bet it's gonna come out. Something about her being a black woman or some shit. Watch this.
To read those stories, and all of them got the same story. And if you don't believe me, go read it for yourself. They all got done dirty. They all got pushed away. They all was told they wasn't shit. They was all told they need to apologize and do this and do that and do this. And those women left here by themselves. They left here with no money. And they left here knowing that they was fighting for a community that told them to kiss their ass. So for those of you who keep saying, Monique, why are you talking? Because damn it, the little girl that comes behind me, hopefully the story gets different. Maybe 100 years from now, somebody might want to say something about Monique. I hope that little girl knows, God damn it.
100 years from now, y'all probably still gonna be doing these stupid lives, whining about some stupid shit that happened 100 years ago.
Don't give up. Don't let people talk shit on you. Don't be unafraid to keep standing. Be unafraid to keep standing. I'm so sick of reading them stories, and all of them left here. They left here. Nell Carter, all of them left here. Shirley Hemphill, all of them left, feeling like they wasn't enough, mistreated, mishandled.
And if they do that to a woman who has won the awards, who is the first black female comedian to have.
Oh my God. I think the worst thing that could have ever happened to Monique is for her to win an Emmy or whatever the hell this shit. What did she win? She won an Academy Award. The worst thing that could have ever happened to Monique is for her to win that goddamn award, because I hope they can sell the damn award if they go broke, because goddamn, all they want to do is sit around and say, I'm a black woman and I won an Academy Award. This shit is crazy. You got to remember, they was talking about DJ Vlad. Now she's talking about Tyler Perry for the millionth time and her Academy Award. Shit. That's like if I get 1 million views on a video, which I've gotten before, and all I want to do is sit around and talk about, but I got 1 million views in September 2023. Wouldn't y'all be like, so? Like, golly, man, you ain't accomplished nothing else in your life, ma'am? Shit.
A sitcom to go into syndication in the last 5 years. Pardon me. To do what it is that she's done.
To do what it is that she's done. You ain't did shit in 13 years. And you ain't did shit in 13 years either, because your ass ain't got no job because her ass ain't got no job.
They're going to do to you at your job when nobody knows your name, nobody knows your plight. People are afraid to stand up because you're just a black woman. That's all. And black men, we got to understand
You're just a black woman.
Let us stop demeaning and going against our black women and then ponder why we get mistreated. What are we going to get treated like?
These two idiots weaponize black women or black womanhood more than any other human being on a planet. This shit is crazy. Every time they go live, it's something about weaponization of a black woman that won an Emmy or whatever award. Who gives a damn, sir?
If we condemn and put down the very woman, the black woman that birthed us into existence.
And for the black women, let me be clear.
Oh my God, here she. Remember, I said a good 2 minutes ago, I said, ain't she just going to jump up and start talking about black woman? And there she is. As a black woman, I told y'all, I have not watched this. I just downloaded it and scheduled a show and let's go. So the Faith Factor says, well, maybe Cat Williams can help her career. No, because she's trash. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen snippets of her fat ass walking across the stage, sounding like an idiot, not even telling jokes, just venting. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard this dumbass woman on stage not telling jokes, but just venting about the same bullshit that she vents on her lives, that she said on Club Shay Shay. She literally went on Club Shay Shay and said all this stuff, and then it got on stage and said the same shit that she said on Club Shay Shay. Not one joke, just a whole bunch of cussing words and Tyler Perry, Oprah, and then my son is trash. So, no, I don't think anything can help her career. Probably a writer can help her career, but unless she has a writer that can actually help her or tell jokes for her, no, this woman's trash. She has no career.
Because I see some of your comments.
Goddamn, you can see that?
Baby daddy, because it's right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
When I see your comments and y'all are saying, why is he speaking? That tells me a lot. That tells me either, number one, you don't have a man at all, or number two, you don't trust that man that you have. So if y'all want to know why he keeps speaking, because he's supposed to. That's what kings do. So for the ones that got anything.
Okay, she has a point here. She has a point here. She has a point here. I'm being objective. She has a point.
To say about it, you've never experienced a king, because when a king is talking, I don't need to talk. He's speaking on what needs to be spoken on. So for you empowered, independent boss sisters, you'll get tired of going to bed lonely, even when a man laying next to you, if you don't know how to treat him.
I agree.
And you've set no standards for yourself. That's why y'all have a problem with mine sitting next to me. I'm thankful that he's sitting next to me. I'm thankful that he says, you know what, mama, as long as I'm here, you ain't got to fight. As long as I'm here, you ain't got to. So for you black men out there.
Okay, so let me say this. If he's your husband, if he's the king, if he's your leader, why are y'all doing this dumbass live in the first place? This kind of means he's as stupid as you are, because every time we see your dumbass saying something stupid and bragging about that you won an Academy Award almost 20 years ago, and as a black woman this, black woman that, like weaponizing your black womanhood, his dumbass is sitting right next to you every time. So it was a possibility that he's as stupid as you are. So it's good that he's your king and he's speaking up for you, but wouldn't him being a king be like, babe, like put the camera down, like we're not doing this because you're just going to sit around and babble about Tyler Perry and babble about Oprah and babble about Kevin Hart. Oh, speaking of Kevin Hart, I have a video of Kevin Hart disrespecting his assistant. Somebody sent that to me. So, and put a one in the chat if y'all want to see this Kevin Hart video. It's not really about them, but it's just somebody sent me this because they seen I was going to talk about this. So put a one in the chat if you want to see the Kevin Hart video. It has nothing to do with this, but if y'all want to see it, I'll post it. But if y'all want to see this, cool. But I have to look at this man as the leader of this shit show and think this man is the stupid person because he's allowing her to just keep like ruining her life. If he's the king and she's listening to him, that means he's literally torpedoing her career even worse because she won't shut the hell up. All right, y'all want to play the video. So I'm go back to this, but here's the Kevin Hart video that was kind of interesting that somebody sent me.
You don't take shots. So me and Harry will take shots.
So they're on a plane playing cards, and I think he has a personal trainer. So for those who can't read this, it says, out of pocket, Kevin Hart puts his homie on blast around cameras when speaking on wealth. Trainer wanted the fade. Do you have a home?
I don't give a fuck.
Shut up, bitch.
You gonna lose.
Damn.
I guarantee you that.
Boss, do you think you're rich?
I'm not rich.
Do you think you're wealthy? Everything stopped today. You can live forever?
Nigga, I work every day.
I said if everything
Fuck
stops.
heaven. Fuck
Stop.
my heart.
If everything stops
I'm
today.
good.
Fuck me, fuck everything else.
I've had money before you and gonna have
Fuck
money
me,
after you.
fuck everything. If everything stopped today, can you survive?
Yes.
You're a liar.
What the fuck are you talking
Damn.
about, nigga?
Do you have a home?
I make more money on training.
Do
than
you
I
have
do
a
on-
home?
What are you talking about?
Do you have a home?
Tell me.
Do you have a home?
You are dumb.
Just say
Because
yes or
the
no.
fact that you're trying to tell me that I can't survive makes
Ronald
you
Boss
dumb
Everline.
as fuck.
Ronald, do you have a home?
That's dumb as fuck.
Do you have a
I've been
home?
making money way before this.
Why aren't you answering the question?
You sound dumb.
Ronald.
No, I'm serious.
I don't
Take
care
this
about
shit.
that. Fuck you.
Fuck you and everything you say.
Man, the fuck down, man. You out of line, man. You out of fucking line, bro. You out of line, bro. You out of line, man. You out of line, bro. I don't care, bro. Stop. You want to fucking act up, bro.
All right, so somebody sent me that. I never seen that, and I just wanted to play that because that was just a little interesting. Since we were talking about Kevin Hart and all these other people, so yeah, that was just interesting.
I'm ashamed of you. I'm embarrassed for you. Because when you put your mouth on a black woman and you start speaking ill of a black woman that you don't even know what you're talking about, I feel bad for the woman in your.
Somebody need to. I wish two things. I wish Monique was white, and I wish Monique never won that Academy Award. Because this woman won't shut up about her stupid Academy Award, and she won't shut up about her being a black woman. This woman weaponizes being fat. She weaponizes being black. She weaponizes being old. Every opportunity she has to weaponize something, her victimhood, she's going to do it. I wish she was white so she wouldn't be able to weaponize her blackness, because this shit is crazy. Hit a like button, y'all. Hit a like button. Hit a like button.
Life.
And I think that's a perfect segue, Mama, into our brother D.L. Hughley, who I thought we extended an olive branch the last time we had commentary in reference to when his daughter spoke out. The reason why we stopped and still offered to have a conversation with him to resolve the situation was not out of fear of his daughter doing something. It was out of love for you, DL, because it would be no different than the street we came up on. You might get in a fight with little Tony down the road, but you see Tony's mama coming down the street with them bags, you better go get them bags. I'm not tripping off of what happened between me and Tony. That's his mama. That's your daughter. So we weren't going after you anymore. We weren't even going to bring you up, but you went on, what is it, Jason Lee?
Yes.
You went on Jason Lee's show, and you wanted to share what?
That I am the cause of the rift between you and your daughter. D.L. Hugley, because you're too afraid to sit down with us, as we've said repeatedly, hey, brother, let's have a conversation, and let's do it publicly, because our community can really heal on how we can resolve this. But you keep running, and then you keep running your mouth. And after we spoke on you last time, I was like, okay, cool. But when I watched you sit down with Jason Lee and you said, Monique is the reason I have a rift with my daughter, you're the reason you have a rift with your daughter, DL. Stop trying to run away from the fact that you did not protect your baby. And let me be clear with you about something. I'm fighting for your daughter, because I was that daughter too that had a daddy that did not protect me when I told him I was molested. So I know what that baby's sitting in, and I know what she's dealing with. And though she's a grown woman, I know the trauma that brings. And this ain't no shit that I brought to the table. You did, and what you posted. What you posted. I'm getting so sick of you not taking accountability or responsibility for your words, brother. Never would I try to hurt your family, your wife, your daughter. That's not even in me.
Okay, so I have the Jason Lee video up. I'm not familiar with Jason Lee as far as his ability or his propensity to strike people's channels. If you play some of his interviews, I think he would. I don't know. I don't know if he would or not, but I want to play it, but I'm a little nervous that Jason Lee may strike my page.
Because she never said anything about them. She only spoke about you.
I spoke about you, but it shows too the lack of manhood that you have to try to put it off on your wife and your daughter. That's the lack of man. And then I'm getting sick of you making these comments about who's daddy's daddy. And as if I'm with a gay man. I'm tired of that, DL, because here's the one question I would ask you, brother. When you say who's daddy's daddy, who the hell is the friend? What kind of relationship did you and this man have that you would not protect your daughter? Maybe that's why your daughter's having a problem with you, because the reality is setting in that you loved a man and you didn't want to inconvenience your relationship with this man. So when you get...
Was it a man?
I'm sorry. You're right, Daddy. He said his friend. So we don't know. And DL, see, you keep playing. Who's the friend? Say the name to make sure that friend doesn't do it to anybody else. Who's the friend? Or are you still so in love with this friend that you're going to protect the friend? See, I don't mess with nobody, y'all. That's not how I'm built. But when you keep putting your mouth on me and you keep running your mouth, I'm not the one that's going to back down, D.L. Hugley.
In addition, if you notice, Monique has not ever spoken in reference to anybody's business. When they asked her about Will and Jada on Tigger, what did she say? That ain't my business. When Kevin Hart back in the day was having his challenges, she said, that's my baby and I hope for the best for his wife and himself. That's none of my business. She only speaks about...
Exactly. Jason Lee is going to ask the questions that need to be asked. I think that this, like I said, I would have included the Jason Lee interview, but I think Jason Lee would have, I think he'd be striking people's channels. So I wanted to play it because it came out 5 hours ago, but I don't know. So anything that comes out from Jason Lee or an interview of his, I'll catch it like on TikTok or something like that. But it's raw footage right now. It's not really making his rounds on TikTok yet.
Her truth. And when you got upset because she reposted what you posted in reference to you not protecting your daughter, consider re-looking at that interview that you had, I believe it was with Sway.
Yes, sir.
Look at the disconnect. Look at the lack of remorse that you seem to have had when you did that. In addition to that, think about the years that have gone by where you've made your living off of talking about people. From pastors wanting to put up $1 million to box you, to fight you, but you from the whoop-ass tribe, but you went deathly silent. To Angela Stanton approaching you in the airport, as I understand it, you wanted to get security. From the black women who were ridiculed on by Don Imus and called them nappy head and ugly.
Nappy head hoes.
Nappy head hoes. And you went on Jay Leno and you said, well, I'm not saying they hoes, but their head was sure nappy. Brother, you have a history of not protecting the black woman.
Come on.
And now it is embarrassing to you that she highlighted what you did in conjunction with the original problem being that she was on your platform, came to you after the young lady Jasmine played the game of would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom on or Corinne Steffens with a condom off. And then she comes to you and it says, Brother DL, what we doing? And you say that's just the way.
All right, so I found it on TikTok. Y'all. So I'm gonna download it and then not post it, but we're gonna play it. So it just came up on TikTok because it wasn't up a minute ago. So the interview that DL Hughley did with and he talked about Monique, I found it. So give me a second and we're gonna play it.
By Don Imus and called them nappy head and ugly.
Nappy head hoes.
Nappy head hoes. And you went on Jay Leno and you said, well, I'm not saying they hoes, but their head was sure nappy. Brother, you have a history of not protecting the black woman.
Come on.
And now it is embarrassing to you that she highlighted what you did in conjunction with the original problem being that she was on your platform, came to you after the young lady Jasmine played the game of would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom on or Corinne Steffens with a condom off. And then she comes to you and it says, Brother DL, what we doing? And you say that's just the way we do it. The problem is you can't be Malcolm X one day and then David Duke the next day. You can't be Medgar Evers one day and then you Strom Thurmond the next day. Either you're going to be for your community or you're not. So the truth, accountability, and trauma, and the reason why there's a level of ease, and I'll never say a bad word about you. I'm only sticking to the facts. The reason why people constantly talk about other people.
All right, I got it, y'all. Here we go. This is fresh off the presses. Hopefully it sounds okay. Fresh off the presses.
You're talking about Monique and...
Well, here's what I will say. Yeah. That whatever was said is not for me.
Yeah.
Whatever was said opened up a womb in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. Mm-hmm. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. Mm-hmm. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Mm-hmm. Before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me and like, this is gonna happen. And she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and it just, I'll never forgive you for that. Mm-hmm. That now I'm in a compromised situation where I want something I genuinely love. I ain't loved a lot. I love my children. Mm-hmm. And to feel like I couldn't protect them and that plays out over and over again, it's something I won't forgive you for. Mm-hmm. I won't.
So you talked about it, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since we're there. So she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoken to me in weeks.
Still from that?
Yep.
But it wasn't you that brought that.
Doesn't make a difference. When somebody's gone through something, they don't want.
It's their trigger.
And when they're triggered, what do you do?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, what do y'all think? So, I'm trying to be objective here. Do y'all know what happened with DL Hughley and the daughter? If not, if y'all don't know, I can enlighten you. But it was a very bad, very, very bad thing, right? And can you blame that on Monique, though? See, here's a problem. Okay. D.L. Hughley himself talked about what happened with his daughter in an interview. I think it was with Sway. So D.L. Hughley goes on one of the biggest radio shows in New York at the time, Sway, talks about his daughter, and then in the back and forth that they've been having, him and Monique, he said that you can't even get along with your son, which she can't. So you got a man that has problems with his daughter, and you have a woman that has problems with her son. So you got, instead of them fighting with each other, they both are picking at their parenting skills and says, you dropped the ball with your daughter. And then she turns, and then he'll turn around and say, you dropped the ball with your son. Your son doesn't even like you. Then she'll turn around and say, but your daughter doesn't even like you. You didn't even protect your daughter when she needed you. And then he gonna turn around and say, but look what you're doing with your son. You ain't even seen your grandson in years. So it's like, what type of individuals are y'all to sit around and go off on each other's children in order to make you look like a better person than the other person? They both are somewhat unfavorable parents. They both are. But instead of just keeping it your mama jokes, they keep hitting each other with your daughter jokes, your son jokes. Like, who does that? Golly, man. Like, so I can't sit here and be on D.L. Hughley's side and say, yeah, you right, man. She's wrong for keep bringing up this tragic moment with your daughter. You keep bringing up tragic moments with her son, you dummy. It's like eye for an eye type shit. It's like, if, say I got a bad relationship with my daughter, and then I get into it with Corey Holcomb, and he got a bad relationship with his daughter. And I say, well, you got a bad relationship with your daughter. And then he turns around and says, you got a bad relationship with your daughter. Like, we both are equally wrong. Because why the hell are we talking about each other's children? So D.L. Hughley is trash for talking about Monique's parenting, knowing that the first thing her dumbass is going to do is talk about his parenting. So if you don't want nobody talking about your daughter, you can't be online talking shit about her son. So no, you ain't finna get that. You sitting now, you trying to victimize your goddamn self. I'm sick of these victims, man. This shit is stupid. So I'm gonna play this dumbass video again of D.L. Hughley whining about what she did to him. Monique did to him. No, you did this yourself because you talk about that woman's son. Because here's the thing. None of us would have knew that. Well, now she said something about her son on Club Shay Shay. So, but he keeps talking about how she's she has an estranged son, and you know what I'm saying. So it's crazy.
Club Shay Shay interview you're talking about with Monique and.
Well, here's what I will say. Yeah. That whatever was said is not for me. Yeah. Whatever was said opened up a wound in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. Mm-hmm. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me and like, this is gonna happen. And she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and what, and it makes it just, I'll never forgive you for that. And that now I'm in a compromised situation where I want something I genuinely love. I ain't loved a lot. I love my children. And to feel like I couldn't protect them and that plays out over and over again, it's something I won't forgive you for. I won't.
So you talked about it, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since we're there. So she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoken to me in weeks.
Still from that?
Yep.
But it wasn't you that brought that.
Doesn't make a difference. When somebody's gone through something, they don't want.
It's their trigger.
And when they're triggered, what do?
Yeah.
What you do is you shut the hell up about it. That's what you do. If somebody has a weapon and you go shoot your weapon, you don't think the other person gonna shoot their damn weapon when they just as petty as you? So I'm gonna show y'all what he said about her that is causing her to say something about him. And I'm not on Monique's side. I think Monique is a piece of shit. All right, hold on one second. So for those who don't know, this is what he said about her, and now he's sitting here crying about what she said about him.
Shay is getting messier and messier. She has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? It's Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested and Monique brought
Why are you talking about the shit? Leave the shit alone.
that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front.
Hold on. Just go a little bit farther. 156. Hold on, because he's saying some crazy shit. Hold on, y'all. Got to get a little bit past it. There we go. 7.
The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you?
See? So how can you sit here and get on Jason Lee's show crying about what Monique said about your daughter when you're literally sitting in your own living room talking shit about her son?
How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes.
So y'all see what I'm saying? So no, sir. You cannot put that on Monique because you are as bad as her. Y'all keep whining about some dumb contract that nobody cares about. Y'all love getting online, arguing with each other, and y'all both love talking about each other's kids. Both of y'all are stupid. So no, I don't like Monique, but you can't put that on her because you about as dumb as she is.
Having his challenges, she said, that's my baby and I hope for the best for his wife and himself. That's none of my business. She only speaks about her truth. And when you got upset because she reposted what you posted in reference to you not protecting your daughter.
See, that's what I'm saying. They both are petty. So I can't get mad at one and not get mad at the other one. Both of y'all stupid. Because she turns around and reposts the interview that he said about his own daughter on her page trying to be petty, but he is in an interview talking about his own daughter and is now mad that his daughter won't speak to him about something that he did and he brought back up. What do you?
Whatever it says, opened up a womb in my daughter that we're arguing about right now.
But you said it. She reposted what you said. She reposted what you said. She did not say it. She reposted what you said. Was that petty? Yes. But guess what? Your ass is running around talking shit about her son.
I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it.
But you're the one who originally didn't nobody know about your situation with your daughter until you said something. I'm doing a show about this tomorrow. This shit is crazy. Hit a like button, y'all. Hit a like button. Hit a like button. This shit is crazy. It's like it's like everybody is like fighting to be the worst victim.
Consider re-looking at that interview that you had, I believe it was with Sway.
Yes, sir.
Look at the
Yeah,
disconnect.
right.
Look at the lack of remorse that you seem to have had when you did that. In addition to that, think about the years that have gone by where you've made your living off of talking about people. From pastors wanting to put up $1 million to box you, to fight you, but you from the whoop-ass tribe, but you went deathly silent, to Angela Stanton approaching you in the airport, as I understand it, you wanted to get security. From the black women who were ridiculed on by Don Imus and called them nappy head and ugly.
Nappy head hoes.
Nappy head hoes. And you went on Jay Leno and you said, well, I'm not saying they hoes, but their head was sure nappy. Brother, you have a history of not protecting the black woman.
Come on.
And now it is embarrassing to you that she highlighted what you did in conjunction with the original problem being that she was on your platform, came to you after the young lady Jasmine played the game of would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with your wife? Do you not understand why? And there are other items that happened that took place, but how do you nicely speak about the infidelities? How do you nicely address those infidelities? And then your wife, as I understand it, finding out.
Now this dude dry snitching. This dude is feminine as a damn woman is. Why are you sitting around dry snitching about infidelities? Bro, who does that? You a bitch, sir.
About a child that you had and that was lost. And once she found out about it, that child no longer existed. Now some will say, oh, that's low. That's the problem with our community. See, when people address you with the real, you got to come back and have a real conversation. This is not designed to be provocative. We're going to talk factually. We're going to talk reasonably. When you gave the community a bad bill of goods, when Monique produced a contract and you produced a memorandum of understanding. Come on, brother. What I would ask our community is look up what a memorandum of understanding is and ask yourself, why would Monique produce a contract that shows she was the headliner of a show?
Bro, nobody cares.
Our community.
God damn, they so stuck in the past. Nobody cares about no damn memorandum.
Is so used to hearing and not listening that they're not paying attention to what it is that you're saying. Go ahead, Mama.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
And don't get caught up by the negatives. This conversation is for the positive.
You're perpetuating the negatives, you dummy.
Conversation is for those that hear it.
And for those that hear it, be unapologetic when you know you're standing in the truth. For those that hear it, be unapologetic that you are not backing down. Be unwavering, unflinching. Because if we continue to be that, it may stop the bully. It may stop the person that believes they're so powerful, I can do and say anything to you. So for the ones that can hear us, that's listening, be unafraid, baby. Because we get one ride that we know of.
Just one.
That we know of. We get
in
one
this
ride.
form.
In this form. I'll be damned if I'm going to let somebody take my turn. This is my turn. And I'm going to
Cat, damn. Cat, that's all I can say is damn. I didn't even know that, but golly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to everybody just need to be quiet. if it's some stuff like that going on in both of their lives, both of them need to shut up because this is crazy. I'm in LA since there's literally no black folks here. All the black guys I know here all date non-black. It's probably why DL isn't always compassionate to sisters. Yeah, if you live in LA, you aren't dating black women.
Take my turn the way I see fit. Take yours, baby.
Right.
Take your turn. And I want to keep speaking to our black men.
Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button.
Because sometimes you can see our black men speaking so ill of a black woman. And you'd be like, brother.
But you are speaking ill of a black woman, which is DL Hughley's daughter. You reposted the interview and perpetuated what DL Hughley was already pushing. A pity party about the man's daughter. Now the man's daughter, who he had a pity party over, is mad at him, not her, him for perpetuating, trying to have a pity party about her trauma, and your dumbass reposted the shit. So you are trash and problematic to black women and don't protect black women, just like D.L. Hughley is and did. Shut up.
How do you feel about your mama, your aunties, your sister? And you're just speaking so freely about something that oftentimes you have no idea what you're talking about. And I want to go there. Because let me just say this real quick. When I did Club Shay Shay, you know what I appreciate about Shannon Sharpe? And you have people saying, he's not a real journalist. He's not. What he is a true brother. What he is a brother that says, I'm going to let you tell your story. I'm going to let you tell your story. That's what Shannon Sharpe is. And that's why Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, is so successful. Because that brother talks to you with no judgment. That brother ain't trying to put nobody against nobody. He's simply letting you tell your story. And I think some people may have a problem without a brother Club Shay Shay.
They may. And brother Stephen A. Smith.
His name is Shannon, stupid. She said, our brother Club Shay Shay. His name isn't Club Shay Shay, dum-dum. His name is Shannon Sharpe.
This is directed to you.
Yes, it is.
When you come out and you say that Monique seems like it's bitter, your light seems to be dimmed down. And I just don't understand. Here you go, brother. I'm going to repeat what I said to you before. Why was it okay for you to call Jason Whitlock fat bastards and other names? And Monique?
You see how they got a pay. Do y'all see the piece of paper down there? They got a paper with a list of everybody they want to talk about. They call him. She said the brother Club Shay Shay. His name is Shannon, not Club Shay Shay. Like, you don't call somebody by their name and use their podcast. His name isn't Club Shay Shay. His name is Shannon Sharpe. She said, people got a problem with our brother Club Shay Shay. That's not his name.
Never referred to anyone out of their name. She said, I love those brothers, but she told her truth. Why is it okay for you to tell your truth? That's inclusive of name calling, but a black woman can't tell her truth. And you being the journalist that you are, and you came on, you said, I don't know what's true and what's not. If you were the journalist that you propose yourself to be, would you not have come on after being knowledgeable about what took place before you spoke about it? That's what journalists do. They speak about what they know. They don't hypothesize. They want to speak from a factual place. At the very least, sources say type of situation. But you didn't do any of that. And now that this time has elapsed, did you notice that people haven't come out that she spoke about to dispute anything that she said? What reason would she have to lie on Kevin Hart? Love him. Told the truth about what took place. That brother loaned us or gave us 300 grand.
Yes, he did.
He gave us 300.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. Let's back there.
But a black woman can't tell her truth. And you being the journalist that you are, and you came on, you said, I don't know what's true and what's not. If you were the journalist that you propose yourself to be, would you not have come on after being knowledgeable about what took place before you spoke about it? That's what journalists do. They speak about what they know. They don't hypothesize. They want to speak from a factual place. At the very least, sources say type of situation. But you didn't do any of that. And now that this time has elapsed, did you notice that people haven't come out that she spoke about to dispute anything that she said? What reason would she have to lie on Kevin Hart?
Her son came out and disputed everything she said. Did you forget about her own son? Came out and said everything she said was a lie.
Love him. Told the truth about what took place. That brother loaned us or gave us 300 grand.
Yes, he did.
He gave us 300 grand.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second. You are the man of the house, right? You're the man of the house. And you allow your wife to call up another man for help. And that other man gave your wife $300,000. Is that okay? Yes or no, y'all? Is that okay for another man to give your wife $300,000? And we all know that Kevin Hart didn't want none back, because not because Kevin Hart is such a great guy, it's because Monique is unattractive. Because Kevin Hart loved him some hoes, but not fat hoes. So y'all are saying, no, that is not okay. So that's what I'm saying. Monique's husband is a king and is a husband. He's doing his husbandly duties as a husband. But remember how I've said about Risa Tisa, and I've said this in other videos where I said that if you're over 250, 60 pounds, which Monique and Risa Tisa is, you're going to pay all of the bills and the man's child support. Remember, I said that, right? I said if you are as heavy, as big as Risa Tisa is, you're not going to find a man that is going to take care of you. You are going to have to pay all of the bills and take care of him. Remember, I said that, right? So now you look at Monique as an example. This man don't pay no damn bills. He don't pay no bills. She pay all the damn bills. And then for whatever reason, she gets blackballed. And instead of an actual man getting out here and working and doing whatever he has to do to pay these bills, he goes to her and said, baby, what we going to do? I got it. I'll hit up my friend Kevin Hart and ask for some money. Thank you, because I ain't got no job and I'm a bum. Just like I said, women over 260 pounds are not going to be able to find a man that will take care of them and pay all the bills. I said that. So she goes to another man, even though she's married, and another man gives her $300,000. No way in hell. No way in hell. But I'm going to ask y'all again. Do y'all think that it's okay for a married woman to go to another man that's a coworker? You went to your coworker. He's a fellow comedian. He's not your bestie. He's not your cousin. He's not your uncle. You didn't go to your dad for money. You went to a co-worker to give you $300,000. Is that okay to do? We'll go back to the video. This shit is crazy. But for those of you who get mad at me, this is another example of a dude that is with a woman that is over 260 pounds that he ain't gotta pay a dime. Another man done had to pay their damn bills.
Of them. There's an old saying.
He gave it to both of them and they accepted it. That's my point.
You can.
But he gave it to her because he knows her. They don't know him. He ain't got a relationship with nobody. So she can't see. The thing about it is, as a man, I want you to think about this because Lisa said he gave it to both of them. I want y'all to think about this. As a man, you go out and get somebody to give you $300,000. Go to one of your homeboys. Go to somebody that you know. Go to somebody that you cool with. You go out and get your male friends to give you $300,000. You don't get your wife to go to her friends and get $300,000. He don't know Kevin Hart. She does. And Kevin Hart in the business is her co-worker. So that's like you having a boyfriend or you having a husband, you paying all the bills, and he like, yo, we about to get our lights cut off. What we gonna do? And you gotta say, well, I can go to my co-worker and he can pay the bills for us. And you say, like a bum, okay, go ahead and do it. And another man pays your bills. But I'm saying, excuse me, I'm saying he was clearly begging too. He's not a provider. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Lisa. That's all I'm saying. This man is a bum. Ain't no way in hell I'm, as her husband, no, I'm going to go out, sell some dope. I'm going to go out and do something. I'm not getting no money from my wife's friend. No way in hell. Am I going to do a response video with the woman with the 7 kids asking if she can still find a man? They roasted her so bad on tonight's conversation. I may do a show about that, but the woman is married. So the problem with that is she was married to a man and they made 7 kids together. So it's like, what, do you just not give your husband ass? Like how do you prevent yourself from having more kids when you're married? Like I just heard that Steph Curry just had his 4th child. What if Steph Curry gets rid of Aisha Curry and goes out and gets a younger chick? Now Aisha Curry is walking around with 4 kids by one man. Does she look bad by being married to a man and he wants more kids? So I may do a video about that, but it's not going to be to trash her because she got married. So what are we going to talk about? Y'all probably going to say, oh, these modern women. She got married. Like I don't know, but 7 kids is crazy, but you married. It's a tax write-off. It's a business, but personal is a jackass run a racehorse. Huh? Daddy be low-key, be having her out there begging. Right. Exactly. This man calls himself her daddy, but other niggas be her daddy. Kevin Hart is her real daddy. Put a 1 in the chat if Kevin Hart is Monique's real daddy, not this dude that she keeps holding on to. Put a 1 in the chat if Kevin Hart is Monique's real daddy. because that is the actual provider for her. She's her own provider, and daddy comes in and has her back when she falls short, not this bum that she's sitting next to.
Feed
Gave
him.
it to us,
bum.
but we gave it back
Not only did we give it back,
with interest.
we gave it back to him with interest. Even though he gave it to us, we were like, listen, brother, there is going to
She gave it back with interest because you ain't got no job.
be someone who asks. We do not want you to be in a situation where you have less because of us. In fact, we want to make sure you have more because of what you did and how we appreciate that. We weren't embarrassed by that. This is what happens when you get lied about in this industry by a man named Tyler Perry, who says you're difficult, and then things would seem to dry up.
Oh, Lord. She just turned around and said that she wanted Tyler Perry to give her an apology instead of Tyler Perry giving her some money, which means that was a lie. Earlier, he said that Tyler Perry offered her some money and she said, no, I have money. I want a public apology. And he didn't give it to her. So now he's sitting here saying, well, it's Tyler Perry's fault that we ain't got no money. Why is it? I want y'all to think about this. We're going to do the science on this bum. Let's back up a little bit.
And I just don't understand. Here you go, brother. I'm going to repeat what I said to you before. Why was it okay for you to call Jason Whitlock fat bastards?
Oh, went back too far.
Didn't do any of that. And now that this time has elapsed, did you notice that people haven't come out that she spoke about to dispute anything that she said? What reason would she have to lie on Kevin Hart? Love him. Told the truth about what took place. That brother loaned us or gave us 300 grand.
Yes, he did.
So let's just do the science real quick. It is the science that we're about to do. If you drink me some water, we're going to do some science. He gets $300,000, or she gets $300,000, right? And then they turn around and say, she, not him, because he ain't got no job, she paid it back with interest, right? And then what they say next is going to answer everything, because he's going to explain why they needed the money in the first place, because Tyler Perry blackballed her. He didn't blackball him. Tyler Perry blackballed her, right? So when they got the money back, that means she went back to work. Why don't this man have a damn job? Why you can't go get a job, sir?
Gave us 300 grand. We love him. There's an old saying, you can feed
Gave
him.
it to us, but we gave it back
Not only did we give it back,
with interest.
we gave it back to him with interest. Even though he gave it to us, we were like, listen, brother.
All right, here we go. Watch this. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
There is going to be someone who asks. We do not want you to be in a situation where you have less because of us. In fact, we want to make sure you have more because of what you did and how we appreciate that. We weren't embarrassed by that. This is what happens when you get lied about in this industry by a man named Tyler Perry, who says you're different.
See right here. This is what happens when you're getting lied about in this industry. Go get a job then. So Jacqueline says he's her manager, which means he doesn't have a job, Jacqueline. Think about that. If you're your wife's manager and your wife does not have a job and she's been blackballed for the last 10 years, you don't have a job. And if you're so much of a bum where you just sit around staring at your wife, trying to wait for her to get a phone call to be in a movie instead of getting off your ass and going out and finding some goddamn money of your own as a man, you're a bum. You're a bum. So that's why she had to borrow the money, because he's a bum. Because if he's her manager and she hasn't worked in 10 years, what the hell is he doing? What is he managing if she is blackballed? That's my point. He ain't got no job if she ain't got no job. If he's her manager and she ain't got no job, he's a bum. Go work for UPS or some shit.
Difficult, and then things would seem to dry up. Again, we got to stop being embarrassed about what really took place. So when Stephen A. Smith, have you heard the audio yet of Tyler Perry yet? Have you asked your friend Kevin Hart, who, again, this
Kevin says, Mr. Let Go, manager and pimp is the same thing. Well, a pimp and a manager, think about this. Pimps, along with managers, they have multiple clients. They have multiple hoes. So only a bum would be managing one damn person. Managers don't manage one damn person. Bums manage one damn person. And pimps don't pimp one damn person. Only bums pimp one damn person and live in a house, because pimps don't live with their hoes. So no, he's a bum, not a pimp nor a manager. He's a bum.
brother is blowing up. We want him to win the whole nine. But when you constantly hear an individual speaking about that they are a brand, the only thing is, what good is it to be a brand if you lose your man and you let an individual who happens to be white, just happens to be white, and your manager get in the way of an arrangement that you set up with an individual you call your auntie? You tell them they like your mother.
Okay, I don't know what the hell he's talking about now. Does anybody know what he's talking about? A brand and somebody's auntie? Does anybody understand what he's talking about? Who's brand and who's auntie?
But then they don't get back to you in reference to it. So we're wrong, and she's wrong for having a discussion about the truth. The truth. I mean, Mama, recently there was an outreach for her to do an interview with him, and she said, "I'm not doing an interview with him through you."
With who do what? Hold on, let me back up. I don't want to back up because I'm getting a little annoyed, but what the hell are they talking about? Kevin Hart took back a deal he was going to give Monique because of his manager. So he's making her lose money.
And this brother is blowing up. We want him to win the whole nine. But when you constantly hear an individual speaking about that they are a brand, the only thing.
Okay, so this brother is blowing up. So who's blowing up? Let's see.
They made, and brother Stephen A. Smith. This is directed
Stephen A. Smith. He's talking about Stephen A. Smith, I guess.
To you.
Yes, it is.
When you come out and you say that Monique seems like it's bitter, your light seems to be dimmed down, and I just don't understand. Here you go, brother. I'm gonna repeat what I said to you before. Why was it okay for you to call Jason Whitlock fat bastards and other names, and Monique never referred to anyone out of their name? She said, "I love those brothers," but she told her truth. Why is it okay for you to tell?
But Kevin Hart been blowing up. I don't really understand. Kevin Hart been blowing up for like, I don't understand.
But a black woman can't tell her truth. And you being the journalist that you are, and you came on and you said, "I don't know what's true and what's not."
Journalist.
If you were the journalist that you propose yourself to be.
See, journalist, not Kevin Hart. He's talking about Stephen A. Smith. He could have been talking about Kevin Hart. So he's talking about Stephen A. Smith, I'm assuming, because he's saying the word journalist. Because Kevin Hart isn't a journalist.
Would you not have come on after being knowledgeable about what took place before you spoke about it? That's what journalists do. They speak about what they know. They don't hypothesize. They want to speak from a factual place. At the very least, sources say type of situation. But you didn't do any of that. And now that this time has elapsed, did you notice that people haven't come out that she spoke about to dispute anything that she said? What reason would she have to lie on Kevin Hart? Love him. Told the truth. about what took place. That brother loaned us or gave us 300 grand.
Yes, he did.
He gave us 300 grand. We love him. There's an old saying, you can
He
feed
gave
him.
it to us, but we gave it back
Not only did we give it back,
with interest.
we gave it back to him with interest. Even though he gave it to us, we were like, listen, brother, there is going to be someone who asked. We do not want you to be in a situation where you have less because of us. In fact, we want to make sure you have more because of what you did and how we appreciate that. We weren't embarrassed by that. This is what happens when you get lied about in this industry by a man named Tyler Perry, who says you're difficult, and then things would seem to dry up. Again, we got to stop being embarrassed about what really took place. So when Stephen A. Smith, have you heard the audio yet of Tyler Perry yet? Have you asked your friend Kevin Hart, who, again, this brother is blowing up. We want to.
Yeah, he's talking about Stephen A. Smith. But why y'all didn't take the money from Tyler? These people are idiots. And the Faith Factor says not related, but I think Cat Williams is also jealous of Kevin Hart's success. I disagree. I don't know the man, so I can only disagree. Because Cat Williams is as successful as Kevin Hart is. Not money-wise, but due to the fact that Kevin Hart has to jump in men's laps over and over again. Like he literally kissed The Rock in the mouth and wears dresses, and Cat Williams doesn't have to do that. And Cat Williams is well over $10 million net worth. I think he's as successful due to the thought process of him not having to do all the gay shit that Kevin Hart did have to do. That's the way I look at it. If I can make $50 million in my life and not have to do a whole bunch of gay shit, and another man is worth $100 million and had to do a bunch of gay shit, I'm more successful or as successful as them because I didn't have to do the stuff.
Win the whole nine. But when you constantly hear an individual speaking about that they are a brand, the only thing is, what good is it to be a brand if you lose your man and you let an individual who happens to be white, just happens to be white, and your manager get in the way of an arrangement that you set up with an individual you call your auntie? You tell them they like your mother, but then they don't get back to you in reference to it. So we're wrong, and she's wrong for having a discussion about the truth. The truth. I mean,
and just keep in mind, they got a piece of paper. She's looking down at the paper now, right? So they got some paper on the desk, and they're so stupid where they got to write down on paper who they're going to talk shit about. That's why this thing is so damn long. It's crazy, man.
Mama, recently there was an outreach for her to do an interview with him, and she said, I'm not doing an interview with him through you. I'm coming to you, Kevin, and I'm speaking to you, Kevin, and reached out to Kevin and said, hey, brother, through text, why is it that you would have somebody reach out to me for an interview when all you got to do is reach out? Sometimes you can be so big that you don't even know what's going on in your own.
Yeah, all the hand holding is rehearsed also. It's just so stupid. Like, stop holding a hand, bro. Nobody does that. I've never sat there holding a woman's hands while we're looking at TV. Like, what is wrong with these people?
Affairs. And he said, no one from my team reached out to you. Well, guess what? They did. And we gave him the name and the individual, and I called her back to confirm she was who she really was. And that's who she was. So again,
once we gave him that information, we no longer heard back from him. So here's what I'm saying too for the babies that's listening. They want to come into
You see her looking down at the paper?
this business.
You see it? Look.
Business, don't do
Hold on. Back up. Look at her looking down at the paper like a dumbass. Look at dummy over here looking down at the paper. She can't even talk without looking at the paper. Watch her eyes, y'all.
No one from my team reached out to you. Well, guess what?
When she starts talking, watch her look down at the paper. Her dumb ass can't even talk without looking at the paper.
They did.
Watch this.
And we gave them the name and the individual, and I called her back to confirm she was who she really was, and that's who she was. So again, what
and then once we gave them that information, we no longer heard back from them. So here's
Looks at the paper.
what I'm saying too for the baby.
Looks at the paper again.
That's listening. They want to come into this business.
Boom. Looks at the paper again.
When you get into this business, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself, baby. Don't have people that knew you for a long time, when you come around again, they have no idea who you are. Don't lose yourself. I'm not saying don't change, because change can be good. Change can be good when you're learning new things and different things, and you might say, you know what, I want to be a better person. Not saying it at all. What we're saying is don't lose yourself. And we know people that's lost themselves. And now everything becomes so grand and so, so out there. And you're like, what you talking about? What happened to us just sitting down having some french fries and some chicken wings and having a real conversation? So for you babies that want to get into this business, it's a business to get into. Don't lose you. And don't let nobody convince you of what you know to be wrong, but you want to act like it's right. If it's a duck, if it look like a duck and quack like a duck, some people in Hollywood would say that's really a rabbit. And you know damn well it's a duck. Don't you change your mind and say it's a rabbit too.
And that's in any industry that you are in. Don't change who you are, because if you do, you won't get the opportunity to run into true folk like Cat Williams, true folk like Mark Curry, true folk like Tommy Davidson, true folk like Zoo Man, true folk like Red Grant, and the others on that Dark Matter tour. And when you walk out, see, this is the part for me that I love, seeing through video.
See, Cat Williams is their only bet. You know what I mean? Because after Cat Williams, they probably gonna have to go back to Kevin Hart and borrow some more money, because her life is over, career wise.
Because I gotta hold it down at the crib. But seeing it through the video that this man, Cat Williams, commands 10,000, 12,000, 14,000 people, and she walks out and they stand up. So you might not be loved in Hollywood, but there's something about being loved by your people.
They don't love you. You're the victim of the month. Like, as an example, I want to ask y'all a question. If Cat Williams had Risa Tisa, the victim of the month, the flavor of the month, right? Risa Tisa is the victim of the month, right? All these women love being victims, right? If Risa Tisa walked out on the stage with Cat Williams or by herself, don't you think they'll jump up and clap for her also? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. If Risa Tisa walked out on stage in front of 10,000 black people, would she get a standing ovation? Yes or no? Because I'm looking to prove a point. Would she get a standing ovation if Risa Tisa goes out in front of 10,000 black people? Because I want to show y'all what actually is happening. It's not that they love Monique. It's that Monique is the victim of the month. All right, so y'all agree. I'm just checking. Women love victims. I'll say black people love victims. So if you portray yourself out to be a victim, people are going to stand up and clap for you.
Come on, Daddy. I want to say this about our brother Cat Williams. Through the years, I would always hear things about Cat. He don't show up to shows. He ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't this. That's one of the purest cats in this game. That cat right there named Cat Williams. See, I know stories about this brother. And I said to Cat, do you mind if I share this? And he said, Monique, I can't stop you from saying what you want to say. See, for the ones that talk ill about Cat Williams and all he's not doing, they can't touch him. Because there was a woman named Yvette Wilson who played Endell on the Parkers. And when Endell took ill, it was a man named Cat Williams that stepped in and took care of that sister till she left this earth. But they won't tell you all that story about him. They won't tell you the story that when I walk into that production, that brother takes care of his folks. And when you hear the DJ say, Monique, I've been with Cat for 6 years. And this person say, I've been with Cat for this many years. And that means loyalty.
Shout out to Cat Williams. He seems like a super cool person.
That means somebody treating you right. So don't believe everything you hear if you can't see it for yourself. And what I see when I go into that Dark Matter tour every weekend, I see people that love that 5'5" giant. They love that man. So sometimes when Hollywood say, you ain't enough, you ain't good, when your people say you're enough, that's all you need, my babies.
And the piggyback on what you're saying, Mama, let me tell you how Brother Cat is such a gangster in the best of ways.
Look how they looking at the paper, y'all. Why are they adjusting all these papers on the desk? Because they got to look down at the damn paper. Y'all so dumb. You two are dummies. Look at them looking down at the paper. Leave the damn paper alone.
Is such a gangster in the best of ways. When we worked out the deal for Monique to go on the Dark Matter tour, he didn't send me to his people. He said, man, let's me and you work this out. And when I tell you, in about 5 minutes, what was conveyed and done normally takes, a bit longer than that. And the reverence and the flowers that he has bestowed on Monique, just a gentleman.
Just a gentleman. A gentleman. And everybody on that tour had the same energy. Everybody cheering everybody on. Everybody is happy for everybody. So this weekend in Dallas, Texas, and in New Orleans.
Come on now.
y'all come on out, baby. Get some of this good. Because that's all it is. It's good. And for the babies that's coming in this business, get around people that's pure.
His name is Gary Owens. Okay. Gary Owens.
Now they about to diss Gary Owens. I mean, they on a tear. They sitting up all night just dissing everybody they can think of. Gary Owens the next.
Who Monique has never said anything about, an unkind word or anything, but he has felt the need to jump in and speak in reference to Monique. And what's funny is, oftentimes you're having comedians who are speaking ill about Monique, who haven't accomplished what Monique has accomplished, but because it's a black woman and it's so easy to demean them because of the.
Here we go, because she's a black woman. Here we go. Her Academy Award.
Lack of relevance our society will have for them, they get away with it. You would never hear a center trying to demean Shaq and what he did in the game of basketball that hasn't accomplished what Shaq has accomplished. They would be crazy. But a black woman is completely different. So when we hear Brother Gary Owens speaking in reference to Monique and Sydney, they always talking about, we love you. Then they'll say something that nobody knew that's hard, like, but we knew when y'all had an abortion.
What? And this is where people say, oh, Monique, Gary Owens, let me tell you something. If you spent the same energy with your black wife, you may not have room to speak about nobody else. But when you're
Now, mind you, this same stupid woman done got on the stage in front of thousands of people and said, F that mother effer. And she's referring to her own son. And she probably says that on every tour date because she ain't got nothing else to talk about but her son because she's stupid. So this is the pot calling the kettle black. She runs around demeaning her own child in order to get somebody to laugh at her or cheer for her. And now she's going to sit here and tell another comedian that is telling jokes about her while she's telling jokes about her own son. I want y'all to think about that. She's mad at a comedian, Gary Owen, for making a joke about Monique and saying he's a terrible person. He's wrong for this. And this same dumbass woman is on stage making jokes about her own son. Her own son she's making jokes about. But Gary Owens can't make jokes about her. This woman is trash.
Her wife came out, or ex-wife came out and said, you mistreated her and those kids. You know why you were so easily able to get away with it? Because she's a black woman.
Gee, I wanted the opportunity to say that. But
I'm sorry, Daddy.
No, that's all right, Mother.
I'm sorry.
But at the end of the day, Do
It
you
sounds
think
so
the time
stupid.
that you've used to focus on Monique telling her truth, like about Will Packer, did you go investigate and did you notice the trailers that blew up? I don't hear you speaking about that. Did you listen to the, I feel like Ozzy Davis when he said, did you know Brother Malcolm? It's like, did you white man on the set that referred to David Talbot and Will Packer as boys? And she pulled them up, and this is
Ray Owens for Vlad
I'm fast forwarding it because now they're starting to babble about random shit.
to speak ill of a black woman because they watched some about black men do it. Stephen A. Smith. They watch some about black men do it. D.L. Hughley. They watch our black men show a black woman no regard. So that's why it's so easy for them to speak so ill of us in front of us. And we say, you should, yep. So when y'all talk about the ancestors, what would the ancestors say? What would they?
Okay, they babbling. Okay. What are your thoughts about all of this? Drop it in the chat. I'll drop the link if somebody wants to come up. All right, so I'll drop the link if somebody wants to come up. One, I think the reason why they went live is to reinvigorate the whininess. Are they behind on Texas? Wait, Mr. Lego, are they behind on Texas? Oh, are they behind on taxes? I don't know. I was supposed to know. I don't know. I have no idea what they behind on. I don't know. But she's on tour, so she's finally, making some money, which is always good, I don't understand their ultimate goal. Right. That's my whole point. I don't understand their ultimate goal. Like sitting there for like 45 minutes trying to talk about everybody that's ever talked about them on the planet is just stupid. And what it would behoove Monique to do is go find a writer to write some damn jokes for her because she's terrible. So I don't know. I think she's begging too much. Well, I don't know. It's always the black woman. How dare you do this to a black woman? But you trash your son on every damn show. So I don't have no remorse for this damn woman. They trying to stay relevant. Yeah, I think they're trying to stay relevant and run around dissing people, and it's just stupid, man. But it just is what it is. But I thought it was interesting to like watch this mess in real time because I did not watch that. I just sent it to my computer and just played it. But yeah, I think this was interesting to have a conversation about. And if you guys enjoyed it and y'all would like to support me, you can drop a cash app, which is Aaron 1000, AARON 1000. That's running across the bottom of the screen. And or you can buy my Deeper Discussions card game. The Deeper Discussions card game, the link is pinned around here. The link is under this video. The link is over this video. The link is also in the chat. So if you would like to support me, support the channel, Cash App, Aaron 1000, or buy my card game. And I'll drop the link to the card game here. And I've been a little, I would say, lenient in, asking for super chats, cash apps, and purchases or whatever. But altogether, remember, any of us content creators, whether it's me or anybody else, we are here to entertain, but also make money. So I ain't been yelling out, hit the like button 1,000 times. I didn't even play my commercial for my card game. But overall, I just wanted to have this time and just hang out with y'all. But remember, I am always going to need y'all support to buy my products, my family empowerment hoodies, are also available on the same site as the link. Actually, let me do this. So either buy my card game, buy one of my family empowerment hoodies, or Cash App or Super Chat. And like I said, I'll drop the link in the chat for anybody to come up. I'll give y'all a second if anybody wanted to come up. But this is the main thing that bothered me, this part right here. So for those who didn't see it earlier, D.L. Hughley said this a long time ago.
Shit about some.
So this is old. I'm just giving y'all some a backstory to what's going on.
Alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughes raped in front of me. The Lord ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren. Because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you?
So right there, he sits around and talks mess about her kids. Don't mess with him, right? And then he goes on today on Jason Lee's show and says this.
You're talking about Monique and...
Well, here's what I will say. Yeah. That whatever was said is not for me.
Yeah.
Whatever was said opened up a wound in my daughter that we're arguing about right now. Mm-hmm. I've never had much in my life, but the love of my children I've always had. Mm-hmm. And something jeopardizes that, I can never forgive you for it. Mm-hmm. Before it happened, I knew it was happening because my daughter called me and like, this is gonna happen. And she's in therapy and crying because she knew that people were gonna automatically know about what had happened to her before and it makes it just.
But remember, he's the one who exposed this years ago on somebody's talk show.
I'll never forgive you for that. Mm-hmm. That now I'm in a compromised situation where I want something I genuinely love. I ain't loved a lot. I love my children. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on Sway in the morning.
And to feel like I couldn't protect them and that plays out over and over again, it's something I won't forgive you for. Mm-hmm.
But he plays it out over and over again. And then he sits around and talks about somebody else's kid like she's not going to retaliate and talk about your kid. That's just really petty common sense.
I won't.
So then he asked this question. Jason Lee asked this question right here.
Talked about it, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since we're there. So she brings up your daughter having gone through a very personal experience where she was victimized.
My daughter's so angry with me, she hasn't spoken to me in weeks.
Still from that?
Yep.
But it wasn't you that brought that.
Doesn't make a difference. When somebody.
How it doesn't make a difference? You're the one that brought it up, dummy. But now it doesn't make a difference. I'm out. Y'all see that? Y'all see that mess? Y'all see that mess? It doesn't matter. Don't say that. Don't talk about it. But you're the one that brought it. It doesn't matter. Nah. Man, I'm out of here. Man, these people crazy. These people are absolutely crazy. So I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I got a show that's going to be real good tomorrow. So see y'all then.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night.